Hi guys, good day and welcome again to my channel. It's your girl Faith Martins. How have you been, guys? Well, guys, welcome to another video. So I did promise you guys to share some sit down videos, and this one is basically how I moved from a shared apartment, why I moved from a shared apartment, difficulties I faced living in a shared apartment. If this is a kind of video you want to watch on YouTube, please subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you right into the video. Okay guys, it's no news that I came into this country 2024 apparently, because I landed on the 31st of December 2023 and the next day was New Year. And so when I landed, the first house I got was a room amongst a family of about 5 people. I had a room to myself, but I had the washroom shared. I had no issues with the house because the only issue I had with the house was I didn't feel welcomed. I felt welcome, but I didn't feel respected enough because I felt there were silent resentments that was not pronounced. And if you know me so well, you know I do not thrive with silence. I do not thrive where I feel I cannot express myself. I do not thrive where I feel caged or where I feel controlled or subdued. So I moved out of the house after a month. And then I moved to an apartment with an amazing young woman who has 2 kids. They shared the master's bedroom while I shared one room. I had my own washroom, so it was apparently a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment. This apartment had no stories until one day I found an apartment, a basement apartment. The first apartment I moved to was like a duplex house. The second was a mini condo. It was just 4 floors and I was on the 4th floor. In Canada, 3-story building is apparently 4-story buildings. I don't even know how they count it. But sorry for the gum distraction. Okay, back to my video. So the third apartment I moved to was a basement apartment. So apparently I was living comfortably. My best friend as of then used to come visit me and we were so close that I wanted to stay together. We had so many values that we shared and we were so good together. We were so good and wanted to live together. So we thought was the best ideas at that time. Because why not? We were students. She had just gotten a job. I didn't have a job. We were both praying for myself to get a job. You know, now all of those good, happy stuff. And so I found this basement apartment that she found it for somebody and I convinced her, let's stay here. So the price was about $680 for a room and a parlor. Like a room, a parlor, kitchen and washroom separately, like different, like in the same basement, but it's not a studio apartment. And so when I went to see with her, I was so excited. Like, if you and I stay here, that's $350. That means, man, life is going to be so affordable for us. Like, paying rent to be so easy that we can do other things with our lives. And so we spoke to the landlord that wanted to move in together. And it's like, oh, if we move in together, the utilities might go up. We'll go up, not might go up. And so we'll be paying an additional $20. The landlords are Canadians, like Canadians. So they're not like our people that are so into money and all of those stuff. And so they agreed to us moving in together. So we moved in together on, I think it was end of September 2024. Yes, we moved in together apparently October 1st, 2024. And then myself and my roommate, who used to be my best friend, started having a lot of conflicting ideas. Like, living together, a lot of flaws were displayed. A lot of things that we did not see when we were just friends, we began to see them living together and we could not contain such anymore. So I decided to look for an apartment because at that time my mom was coming to Canada. So I got a very comfortable apartment. So I thought Everything was clean, the water was clean, the kitchen was clean. It was a shared apartment, but it was still comfortable. And that was the apartment I moved to. At the point I moved to the apartment, I was paying $700. So I moved out from a $350 basement apartment to a $700 apartment in April of 2025. In this apartment I lived, Mopsy visited, she went back. I lived, everything was going well up until September, October of that same year. The kitchen was constantly becoming a mess. Like new occupants will come. A particular room had a lot of people. In fact, all of the rooms had lots of people except me. I was living by myself. My mom visited and she left. So I apparently was living alone. But every other room in the apartment, in the duplex, had roommates. And then they scheduled the cleaning per room. So apparently, if this room cleans today, like this room we do floor, this room we do kitchen, this room we do toilets. Every single week, I had to do the cleaning. But the people in other rooms, like they rotated it, they had to rotate it. The ones that had 4 people in their room, if one person cleans in a month. And so I felt it was cheating on my part. I had to tell them because I'm someone who is very expressive when I need to speak. I had to tell them I cannot live this way. If I'm going to be in this house, I am not going to be cleaning every week. I do the night shift at my job and I do the evening shift at my job as well. I come back really, really tired. You don't expect me to clean the house every weekend. I clean my room. I have my own life to live. I have my own fun to have. I'm not in Canada to be cleaning house. If you guys are going to be 4 in your room, another person is going to be 3, another person is going to be 2. I believe everybody's name should be on the roster equally and then we have to clean equally. If this person cleans this week, another person cleans next week, and before it gets to Mr. Aton, it might be like 2 or a month before that person repeats cleaning. We contested it. It went to the landlord. I stood my ground, and my ground was accepted. And then around September, October of that year, like I was saying earlier, things came crashing in the apartment. It started with, I started seeing some bugs in my house that felt like bed bug. It didn't really feel like bed bug, but I started seeing bugs in my house. The landlord's sister, who has to be my friend, gave me sniper to put in my room. I did, and it did work for a while. And after a while, I tried to change the room. A room became vacant and I moved to the bigger room. I thought, yeah, I'm now comfortable in a bigger room. Like, it's bigger, right? So I'm now comfortable, so I shouldn't have drama. The fridge has been having issues for a long time. The landlord's sister will keep reminding her sister and the husband every single time that, oh, the fridge is bad. But then the landlord's sister and her siblings moved to the basement of the apartment. So we upstairs were saddled with the responsibility of a bad fridge because the guys downstairs had their own things going on for them. I'd stayed, I had texted, I had notified the landlord weeks after weeks, days after days. He'd promised to fix it. Nothing happened. Before you knew what was happening, the oven in the house got bad. I am someone, I do not fry my foods. All my foods go through grilling. All my fish, my proteins go through grilling. I do not fry my food. And at that time, I was on strictly no fried food. Right now, yes, at the point I started eating French fries. Even yesterday I had French fries, but it's like once in a long time kind of menu. And so I let the landlord know again that the oven is bad. I need it because I grill with the oven. A month gone, he did not fix the oven. Another week gone, he did not fix the oven. I had to go buy Ninja air fryer myself. It cost me about $120. I got on Field Marketplace brand new. So I started to use my Ninja. After like some weeks later, he fixed it. And then the straw that broke the camel's back was the sink in the kitchen, the drainage sink. That got bad. Days went by, landlord did not fix. And you should imagine sharing an apartment with people and these things are going bad. People keep using it. The sink got so bad that would cook and have to scoop out the dirty water into a bucket and then trash it. If somebody uses the kitchen and do not trash theirs, it's going to pile up and smell when you come back from work. That's the first aroma that will slap your face. I couldn't deal. I texted the landlord, he wouldn't listen. Then bad got to worse. The toilet upstairs, it was shared, got blocked. You would have to hold your poop for days or go to a restaurant to poop. At the point, I had to go to Walmart to use the toilet. It was so bad. I don't know what to say these gory things I did when the toilet was bad. And so I had to talk to myself. I earn well as someone who had just finished school in Canada. I work so well. I earn well. Like, not well, but I earn good. And the last thing I want for myself is to suffer while still working and earning. And so I spoke to the landlord. I do not want to stay here anymore in December. Can I get a refund? And they said, no, I must stay till the last month, which is December. I already paid. I usually pay. The bad thing about me is that I pay my rent too early, even till today. This is 30th of July. I already paid my August rent since like 18th of July or 15th of July. There is like, I have 2 jobs, right? So apparently I get paid 4 times in a month. So I use my second paycheck to settle my rent. Like, my first paycheck is for myself, insurance and whatever, my groceries, insurance. The first paycheck from my one of my job is for saving. Then the first paycheck is for all those insurance and all of those stuff. If I have any extra, because I have my target for saving, if I had gotten to the benchmark of my target and I have extras, I can use it to settle insurance. And then the next paycheck that's supposed to be for insurance and all those stuff, I can use to pay rent. Then the third paycheck goes to savings as well. The fourth paycheck usually would go to rent. So in this July, the first paycheck that I was supposed to use for insurance, I used it to pay my rent because I didn't need it for insurance at that point because I already paid my credit card and my insurance is connected to my credit card, right? So I usually would pay my rent so early. That's the bad part about myself. So at that point, I paid my rent like way early. So it's not like I was withholding my last month's rent. And then I had found the house where I currently live in. I'm not at my house right now. I had found the house where I currently live in. So I had to tell them, oh, I can no longer stay here. I'm actually going to move out. They said they were not going to refund me. Or they were going to find someone to replace me before they refund me. Sadly, they could not find anyone to replace me, and I had to move because I needed my comfort. And immediately I made the decision to move. 2 days later, I found that house. 3 days later, after finding the house, I signed the agreement, the sublease from the Ghanaian lady who used to live there. And I got the house and I paid for the house. And that's where I've been staying up until today. So that is apparently my journey living from shared apartment to my own apartment. So I moved from that apartment to like a student condo apartment. So most of your neighbors are students. When you're going down the elevator, you're seeing small children. You're coming up, you're seeing small children. It's basically Chinese children because that's where University of Waterloo is and Wilfred L'Oreal University is. So it was majorly student and Chinese kids. So now I just got a message from my agent. Although my rent has been reduced by $50, I want them to go down further. So let me now give you guys financial backstory. Do I love living in shared apartment? No. But for an international student, it was very okay. It's going to help you manage your finance very well. It's going to help you build a community among your neighbors that are Nigerians. It's going to help you have gist partners that when you come back from work, you have people you are gossiping with. School. It's going to help you pay less bills and then use the money for other things in Canada. That's the advantage of living in a shared apartment. The disadvantage is that you cannot predict the debt you're going to see. Sometimes the fridge is going to be overly dirty. And you know how cross-contamination happens with fridge and freezers. It can be so crazy. So you cannot predict food poisoning and all of those stuff. And when it's a Nigerian home, you cannot predict your landlord's behavior. Living in a full apartment by myself, finance has never been my problem, to the glory of God. I still pay my rent with one single paycheck, to the glory of God. And then I pay my other bills with another paycheck. If today is your very first time coming across any of my videos on YouTube, You are absolutely welcome. Do me a favor, click on the subscribe button. It's right here. Just here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.